Hi everybody, my name's Lindley and I'm the Support Services Coordinator here at the Family House. I'm sorry I'm not able to be with you in person, but I hope you're having a great experience so far and we're really glad that you're here. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and then tell you about the support services that we provide here. I grew up in Boone, so it's fun for me to be near my hometown, near the mountains. I went to college at Furman and then did grad school in the Triangle at Duke in Carolina, and we moved back here almost 3 years ago, so it's been fun for us to be here in Winston-Salem. So my background is ministry and social work, and it's been really neat for me to be here at the Family House and to try to help us think about what support services we might provide for our guests here. As you know, we say that we are more than just a place to stay, so it's been fun for me to help us think a little bit about what that looks like and about additional support that we can provide to our guests as they stay with us. So as we got started, when I started about a year ago, we decided to talk to guests here, of course, and get some input about what they think we could provide for them, what kind of services they need, what kind of additional help we could do for them before they go back home or while they're here with us. And we decided to also go ahead and do a phone survey where we spoke with former guests who had stayed with us during the last year. So from those two main avenues, we got to kind of set a goal of some particular things that we might provide for folks. We decided from there, and from also just looking at some other family or hospitality houses and learning from them, we decided to focus on several main things. We, as the Support Services Program, are developing and distributing resource material. So we have the resource wall that is a work in progress, but it's a good start to get helpful information to folks. That way we discover folks can kind of walk by and grab things on their own time, and some people kind of appreciate that aspect of not necessarily having to speak with someone or making kind of a big deal about certain needs that they have, but our hope is that those resource materials can be helpful for them. Those include a variety of things, and you're welcome to look at them and see what they're about. Some of them are things like how to talk with your doctor, how to navigate through the healthcare experience, advanced directives, which are related to the care that you would like to receive if you can't speak for yourself. Things like community resources by county and state, cancer care resources, that sort of thing. We're always expanding that and interested to see what additional things we can provide there. But we also have some printed material in the chapel as well, related to spiritual support and kind of related to taking care of yourself and self-care there in the chapel. And then I'm also available for one-on-one counseling and support. So if folks need a listening ear, they can come and speak with me. Sometimes people just need to talk, and it's helpful to have someone to have some dedicated time to sit and listen. So part of it's that. But I also am available for trying to connect people with resources. So I have a couple of examples to give to y'all about particular kind of stories of folks who have come to me and the type of things that I can help connect them with. So, for example, Anne, who was here taking care of her daughter, Anne's daughter lived in West Jefferson, and Anne lived, I don't even remember, but somewhere in a different state. Anne was feeling really overwhelmed because she knew that her daughter needed to have some changes made to her house before she returned home, but she also needed just some basic repairs in her house. They had financial concerns, and she wasn't sure how they were going to even pay for that. I was able to call up to Boone and to some connections in the high country and try to find some specific numbers of organizations that Anne could talk to, and that way she could know where to start when it came to trying to get some help with repairing her house. Another example might be Jane, who was being discharged from Wake Forest. She was about to leave and was just really feeling upset. She came and we sat and talked for a while, and it really hopefully proved to be a helpful kind of counseling session for her before she went back home. But it also was neat that I was able to connect her with the CareNet counseling programs that we have across the state. So it turned out she was from a little town near Wilmington, and there was a tiny little CareNet office right there in that little town. So we've been in touch even since then, and she's trying to connect with them. Another example is Rita, who's a caregiver whose husband was here getting different types of treatment, and she was feeling really overwhelmed. She told her husband that she needed to take a walk and came to find me, and we got to sit and talk for a while she just kind of shared some of her things that she's going through. And then I was able to encourage her to speak with chaplains at the hospitals as a way to have ongoing support. And then another example, Dawn, who is a cancer patient here. She's receiving treatment over at Wake Forest. I was able to talk with her and help her know about an organization here called Cancer Services. Cancer Services provides patients with a lot of things, but including wigs and scarves and prosthetics and things like that. So she was able to go over and see them and get try on wigs. She came back and showed me pictures of the different wigs that she got to try on and to take home with her, and was really grateful for making sure that that we made sure that she knew about that service. So those are some examples of the types of support services that we can provide here. You've probably already heard about some of the other things that go on at the house that are so fun, like the animal-assisted therapy or the dog therapy, the dogs that come in and provide just that nice, awesome, warm touch of a dog. That's so fun because folks, it really does not only, well, it's proven that being around animals can help to lower blood pressure and things like that. It also can help evoke stories, and folks will start to kind of settle in and talk about stories of their own animals back home. That's a really special thing that we're grateful for. We also have bingo that goes on every week that provides a respite, a break away from the stress of the hospital. There are things like art therapy or wellness through art, where Sawtooth comes and does art therapy every other week. We have chaplains who come in, chaplains from Wake Forest Baptist, who provide support for folks weekly and provide a little continuity as well, which is really neat to have that spiritual support. And then we have other guests come in to do music and wonderful things like that. So those are some special things that we have that go on at the house as well. We do also have other things that we're hoping to do, like have more kind of educational opportunities for guests at different times. I did a week-long thing about advanced directives, where I tried to help spread information about what those are and what they look like, and questions that folks had, they could come and ask me about those. So we sometimes have themed weeks and that sort of thing to try to share information with people who are often overwhelmed and stressed and dealing with a lot of things while they're here. We do hope that these support services can really provide emotional and spiritual support, in addition to providing just a place to stay, that folks know that they're connected to others, they can support one another, they can feel like they're gaining new coping skills or new educational information that can help them as they're navigating this experience. We hope that the programs that we do and the services that we can provide can also reduce people's stress levels as well, because they are juggling so much. So I do want to just tell you that my background is social work. I mentioned that social work and ministry, but it's been really neat for me to be a part of this nonprofit, and there are a lot of social workers in a variety of settings around the state and around the country. You often think about maybe child welfare or things like that, but social workers are involved in a lot of different types of settings and in a lot of different ways. And I certainly would encourage you to kind of be aware of that, that aspect of social work that can really make a difference on a variety of different levels. But again, thank you for all that you're doing this week to help the mission of the Family House. Thank you for taking this opportunity to learn about us and to spread the news about what we do in our community. As a relatively new resident of Winston-Salem, I can tell you that it's really neat to see the hospitality that our community provides to others, and I'm grateful for it. So thanks for everything. I hope you have a great week.